It's time for the Book and His Boss. I'm Pat Caputo, sports columnist for the Oakland Press. This is my boss, sports editor Jeff Kuehn. I join you every week here at the OaklandPress.com. And Jeff, Lions are going for 0-16, and a lot of people think Saturday or Sunday when they play the Vikings is their best chance to get that elusive first victory. Vikings might not have their two big tackles inside the Williams, Kevin and Pat, because they were suspended by the league. Lions have a couple extra days to prepare. It's at home, but it's looking pretty bleak when you get down to 4 games, eh?
Let's see, Minnesota with -2 defensive linemen, but they have the one guy that counts as Adrian Peterson. How many? NFL record is what, 295? Lions can't stop the run. I mean, they kept it close in Minnesota, but Minnesota's playing for a playoff spot now. I hear you on the radio sometimes saying that a winless season would do the Lions no good.
Yeah, well, I've written that a few thousand times too. Yeah. I just don't see the benefit of it.
I kind of a winless season. If you're going to be bad, let's get it out in the open, show how bad they are, go through the winless season, get the #1 pick. The pressure's off them now because that big win by Kansas City over Oakland last week means the Lions have a 2-game lead now for that #1 spot.
Well, I don't know if that's a good thing to get the #1 overall pick. It's hard to sign, and there doesn't seem to be an apparent guy to be #1.
Right.
So, I mean, they'd almost benefit by not getting the #1 overall pick. And they haven't been down there for each of their home games. It's just a very morose scene, and I think if they could get that monkey off their back, they're still going to make the changes that they have to make. But I don't see any benefit by them being the worst team in NFL history, or perhaps the worst in the entire history of sports, which I'm going to address in my column on Sunday. So,
but it's been bleak around here for years, and the Lions have been bad. And then Millen sent this team spiraling downward, but they can come back. One good general manager leads to one good head coach, leads to several good draft picks, and they'll be back. But why not when the opportunity there is to seize the moment? You know, the Tigers that went on that hot streak in 2003 and avoided being the worst team in baseball history, right?
Well, I think it's the one thing about that. The Tigers did bounce back and end up going to the World Series in 2006. Right. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility with the Lions. I know that sounds crazy as we sit here and talk about it today. Michigan State last night, I don't think anybody was surprised they lost the game. But the way they lost it, I don't know what Tom Izzo was thinking trying to run with North Carolina. That was absolutely crazy. They should have tried to slow it down, make it an ugly game, and at least give themselves a chance. But obviously they're not an elite team right now.
Did that do that much damage? I mean, to get blown out by that much? I heard one person say, you know, it's this early in the season, and basketball's different than football, that the season doesn't really start until January. But was that a statement game last night?
Well, I think it was a statement game coupled with the Maryland game the week before, in which they got beat by 18 by an unranked team, that they're not even close, and that maybe their recruits they've had the last couple of years, which have been pretty celebrated, those 2 recruiting classes, may be overrated, dare we say. Delvin Rowe, Kalen Lucas, who's a terrific player. He's the best of the bunch, but he hasn't played particularly well. The Chris Allens, the Darrell Summers, the Luciuses, those guys haven't played to the level that was expected of them coming in and giving them. Plus, in all fairness to Michigan State, Thomas, they do miss suit time. But it might have been a 25-point game yesterday if you play.
Well, let's talk a little bit about ACC Big Ten Challenge there. This year, Big Ten came close. It was 6-5 going the ACC's way. I guess the last couple of years, the ACC just banked them, and several of the games this year were 2-point games. So, is the Big Ten coming up, or is?
Well, the ACC's been better than them for a long time, and it's still evident, and the gap is as wide as it's ever been. That's been evident by what's happened in the ACC Big Ten Challenge this year. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Speaking of congratulations, I know they didn't win on Saturday, but Lake Orion getting to the state championship game the first time, I thought they represented Oakland County pretty well this year.
You know, we always talk about the west side of the state and how they follow their teams, their high school team, because there isn't a whole lot of other things going on in town to rally behind. But I'm telling you, Lake Orion filled the bottom bowl there at Ford Field. and really came out to support him. I thought that was a great thing for Oakland County. And two, based on what we saw Saturday, Lake Orion's got a shot to be back. You know, it was a big hurdle to get there, to learn how to win. Now they've done that. It's a matter of getting back.
Yeah, Sean Charette, their freshman quarterback's terrific. He's one of the best players to come out of Oakland County in a long time. If he grows, he's going to be a big-time college player, too. Right now he's 5'9", 160, and still learning, but big-time talent. So, but anyway, enjoyed it this week, Jeff, as always. Thanks to Andrew Dupont for doing his job video casting this today. He does a terrific job. I don't have a nickname for him like I do with Jim Martinez yet, but it's always good to see Drew, and we'll be back next week. Don't forget to check out all the blogs at theoaklandpress.com. Tremendous blogs, and don't forget about miprepzone.com, where you can find the latest on what's going on in the high schools. Till next week, it's A Book and His Boss. I'm Pat Caputo. This is Jeff Kuehn. We'll talk to you.